This is the Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge. Earning your living executing trades from the comfort of your home seems a lot more cool than most 9 to 5 gigs. Trouble is, if you don't know what you're doing, you can wreck your portfolio. But with our trading instructors, BK, Soto, and Mitchell, you'll learn how to day trade the futures market. Streaming daily, 9 to 11 a.m. Free. This is a free trading education channel. The Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge, where everybody is welcome. Get in the chat, ask us questions, learn. And now your instructors. This is BK, Soto, and Mitchell.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday, September 13th. So Friday the 13th. So, gonna be a fun day, I think. So we'll just kind of watch the markets and see what it's doing. But I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Soto, are you there this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so thanks for checking us out. If you're new to the channel, we sure do appreciate that. But just wanted to kind of go over the disclaimers real quick here. Just remember, everything we do here is for educational purposes only. You know, any trades we take here are not trade recommendations by any means. You do those under your own guidance and control there, so it has nothing to do with what we do. So everything's for educational purposes. So please take a second to read those and understand the legal disclaimers and the risks that are involved in trading. Okay. All right. So let me get the legals out of the way. So that's good. So we'll kind of open up a chart there and just kind of let the chart roll while we kind of do some more introduction. But again, thank you for checking us out. We sure do appreciate that. But if you're here for the very first time, take a chance to read the description down below. I'll kind of go through it just real briefly, hitting some highlights of kind of what we're about. So what you'll see, like I said, underneath the video, you'll see a description of us, and you'll first start off about the auto trader. You know, if you have any interest in that, check it out there. That'd be cool. But learn about the auto trader if you'd like to do that. But as far as the channel goes itself, I mean, this is a free educational trading channel, guys. But again, it's for educational purposes only. But we want you to kind of get an introduction into the market if you're brand new, or if you've been trading for 20 years like I have. You can kind of still take a lot out of this, what we do here in the market, and realize basics and keeping things simple is really what successful trading is all about, as far as I'm concerned. And most professional traders you'll find are very simplistic in their approach to trading. So that's what we try to teach here. We do a 1 point a day challenge. 1 point's not a lot. Most people consider that's crazy. Why would you only trade for 1 point? Well, our philosophy here is to learn to master that 1 point. And then as your account grows, you increase contracts, and that 1 point that's worth $50 today for one contract, once you become a master in making that 1 point a day, or we try to get average 3 points a week. And then we're going to do a lot more than that at some points, and sometimes we're not. But the point is, that same 1 point that's worth $50 today, when your account grows and you got 1,000 contracts on there, that 1 point's worth $50,000. So that's the point we try to make here. Just get so good at making that 1 point that you can do it, and the contracts won't make a difference, especially in the ES market. You're not going to have to worry about slippage as much. So that's kind of what we teach here. Okay, just getting that 1 point. And but we want this channel to be very positive. Very respectful and stress-free and encouraging place to trade and learn to trade and ask questions. So if you're brand new to the channel, please ask questions in the chat. We love the interaction. You won't ask any stupid questions here, I promise. You know, if you got some thoughts and want to talk about the markets in general and different approaches to the market, we would love to do that as well. But we're going to give you 2 hours here, 2 to 2.5 hours, depending on where we're at in the market, if we had to trade or what have you. We're going to give that time to you, and we would love to talk to you about it. But again, take time to read the chat, and there you'll find that there's 3 of us here, myself and Soto and Mitchell. And like I say, they kind of bring a different aspect because they're newer traders. So they'll tend to ask some questions I might forget to kind of talk about because I've been doing this for so long. But so they bring good aspect and perspective to the markets as well. But again, if you like the channel, if you like what we do, please like the videos and subscribe, and let's grow this channel on YouTube. We want it to be the best free futures trading channel out there. So we want a lot of interaction, and then we can't do it without you guys. So anyway, so I want to say thank you for that and for taking the time. Just a few rules, be positive, be respectful, encourage others, and treat others the way you want to be treated, so basic stuff, man, good life principles. We want that to kind of be a reflection here of what the YouTube channel is about. No foul language, no bad comments, don't be negative. We don't want any of that in here. We can be very constructive. Criticism is different, so we want that. We welcome that. So this is not our full-time gig as far as putting on a YouTube channel. So we're new at this. Now we trade for a living, which is great, but learning to put this out there is, this is a learning curve to that, and we're trying to get into that. So we would take any constructive criticism that you might have there. So we'd appreciate that. But with that being said, guys, that's enough. You guys can kind of read the rest of it on your own there. But please, if you're new to chat, jump in there. Give us a, hey, what's going on? We would love to meet you, talk to you just a little bit, and see how you're doing. But other than that, you'll just kind of watch us. We'll talk through what we're doing trading wise, and when the times are slow, we'll talk as well, about other things, So anyway, thanks for checking us out. We sure do appreciate that. So Soto, you got anything to chime in on?
Yeah, I think we have a new zone that I believe just got created based on the push out. The 855 area there. You agree with that?
I do agree with that. So we got a supply zone at 855 here. So if you're new to the channel, we do supply and demand trading here, along with support and resistance and volume. That's about it. We do have order flow we use, but we keep that on a different chart, but that's kind of a little more advanced, and we'll talk about that later on. But just learn the basics of the principles, and if you're new to the channel, we have videos on there kind of teaches some of the basics and how we look at them. But again, you'll find out we like to keep everything very simplified here, very simple. So what Soto is pointing out here is a supply zone that's been created at the 855 candle on a 5-minute chart. So that's what he's referring to there, which I agree to. That makes a good area there. So Soto, what would you where would your entry be on this?
Yeah, I was looking at that. It's kind of interesting. You can go a lot of different spots here. You can go. I think the word you use is jump ahead of it. Is that the right term?
Yeah, front run.
Front run at 17.5. You have a lot of resistance or support resistance area there, and based on the 230 time frame, from 230 to 330, you have a lot of support there, resistance, and just a lot of stuff going on. So I think this is pretty good zone. I think it's gonna be difficult to get it up there. Just kind of depends on volume. So I wouldn't mind going at 7.5. Kind of keep an eye on volume and everything. And maybe to be a little conservative, go into the zone around 18.25. There's also a lot of action there. So I would say one of those two spots.
Yeah, I like both of them. And that is kind of one of those areas right here. Do you front run it? Because if it bounces, it should bounce pretty good right there, I think. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to wait to kind of see what kind of candles form going back into there. If we can get some width into our price action and then go back in there, I think that's somewhere I'd like to see a position, maybe front run it. But from a conservative standpoint, I like 18.25 as well, to the downside. So we'll kind of just wait and see what price action does when it gets there and what the volume's doing. But I think both of those are good spots there. So yesterday we had a really good day. I think Soto made 13 points, I believe, and Mitch and I made 6 each. That's all net, so that's all net commissions, which is great. And you'll see that reflected on the spreadsheet from yesterday's video, and you'll see that today as well. We mark up our losses and our winners. So we don't hide anything here. What you see we're doing live on live accounts, so that's good to see. So anyway, so again, like I say, some days we're going to get 1 point, and some days we might lose a point or two, but But then you're gonna have days like yesterday when we're as a team made 27 points, netted out 25. But as individuals, we definitely had our own 6 points and 13 points. But as a team and as an individual on our spreadsheet, we just show 1 point, either as a small account, with $1,000, because we only use 1 point stops here. So we give ourselves on $1,000, we'll trade a live 1 full contract. But that's only with a 1 point stop, okay? And that's the basis of you winning or losing one time, and then you're done for the day. So that's how we treat that. So whatever your trade is, it's either a win or a loss, and you're done for the day with a $1,000 account. We don't take multiple trades on a $1,000 account like we do here on the channel, because we got more than $1,000 on our accounts, so we can take more trades. But we usually won't take more than 3 trades, even at that. We don't want to overtrade. We don't trade just to trade. We try to be very smart and wise and take high probability trade setups, and we're very patient to do that, because you're going to get that opportunity in that couple hour window usually. Some days you might not, but most days you will. So we just have to be patient and kind of watch it and wait for it. But so with that being said, that's kind of where we're sitting at right now, kind of checking out the charts and waiting. We're on 5-minute chart on the ES contract. And again, if you like to trade other things like NASDAQ, the mini Dow, the YM, all that, that is the bonds, whatever. It doesn't matter. Stocks. This method works on everything that has a chart. So you can use it whatever you want. So if you want to come here to learn the method and then go use it on a different market, then that's fine too. No problem. But here for the channel right now, we just trade the ES because of liquidity, and it doesn't run too hard or too fast, and it gives us a good opportunity to take for our 1 point stops. So anyway, so that's kind of it, man. So now we're just kind of being patient and waiting. The zone I got drawn up is the one Soto just pointed out at 855 is a supply zone. It's been confirmed, and everything looks good as according to our method, what determines a supply zone and the demand zone. And it met all those qualifications. So now we were just looking for what's the best opportunity, since we do have a 1 point stop, what is the best location to get into this trade that's going to give us our best chance of getting our 1 point trade. So before we hit our 1 point stop. So that's kind of what we determined now, since we've determined a good zone. We just have to look and see where do we figure out where's the best opportunity for price is probably going to get into and reject from. So that's the next part of the process we need to figure out right here. We've talked about it a little bit so far, so we'll just kind of wait till price kind of gets back up into that area and kind of look at price action with volume and candles and all that, kind of see where we think we might get some rejection, and that's where we enter our trades. So right now we're just kind of in a waiting pattern. What you'll see on my chart, if you see that, you see a big zone to the bottom there. That's from a 1 hour chart. That's obviously showing some support there. So I'll keep that on there. Probably won't trade that because it's such a wide zone, but we want to see where we potentially have on a larger time frame where we have support and resistance areas. And that's what you see here is a big demand area. Let me go ahead and actually change the color on that, so we'll know that that's from a larger time frame there. So yeah, so there you go. So that crimson area there, that's from an hour time frame. Okay, so we know that's from an hour, from a larger time frame when you see that color. So we'll just kind of leave that on the chart there. And then Mitchell will join us. He tends to join us a few minutes late every morning because he has other responsibilities as well, but he should be here, I'd imagine, in the next 30 minutes or so. So we'll just kind of go from there. So.
Okay, you said the red thing in there on your chart, that's from the 1 hour zone?
Yeah, that's a 1 hour area of demand, yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
See here. Yeah, I'm just briefly looking to see if we got anything else from here. I don't know if price would get up there. I'm not a fan. Never mind. I was kind of looking here, talking out loud.
That's fine. Yeah. Talk up a little bit. We had news this morning, so we have a little more news as well, but nothing major. We got a medium, what they call medium, medium flag, or got a red flag, a medium flag, and a light flag, if that's how you want to say it. A red, orange, and yellow, I guess, and we have an orange, which is a medium. That's consumer sentiment about 10 o'clock. This morning we had two red flags, which was core retail sales and retail sales, and retail sales are up 4%, but core retails are even, which is a negative number because they were expecting 0.1% growth there, and they didn't get that. So it's going to be a mixed market this morning. Probably just kind of be slow, but so we'll just kind of watch that and see when we get into our zones to watch price action for that. But so far, as far as a bias based on news, I really don't have it right now. If anything, I would say it could be possibly positive because the retails were up 0.4%, which is good. But we have a consumer sentiment then at 10 o'clock, so that would tell us a lot. If everybody feels that the market's not doing very well, which is basically what that means, then you might see some action to that. But that's at 10 a.m. as well, so we'll be watching for that.
All right.
Yep. So looks like we'll just be patient here. See what's going on.
I see they're bouncing off an area here. I was trying to look for another zone. I ran into the 35 at the beginning of today. 35 minutes into the day. We have a doji there.
Yeah.
But again, it's already been triggered twice, and now the third time. Respected right to the bottom there, but we missed the turn. We missed the trade already.
Yeah, I think it's been missed at this point. But I thought about marking up that zone earlier just for the fact that comes out of an hour time frame, So from a 5-minute frame, I don't consider that really being triggered yet. It's been touched, been bounced, but I think that was more from a 5-minute. From an hourly issue.
Right.
But yeah, it's just too big of a zone to possibly. It could dip down in there pretty good, and with a 1-point stop, it was just a little bit wide for me to trade. But I want to at least know it's there, because that's really what's going to give us the bounce up into our 5-minute supply zone that we're looking for. So we want to be mindful of that. I'm gonna change this to a green. I think that'd be better so we don't mix up our supply. I just changed the 1 hour zone to a green instead of a red. Is our 5-minute is a supply zone, so I don't want that to be confused.
Right.
Yeah. So I think we'll get a bounce up into here. The ideal thing is to get a bounce, obviously, from here into our supply zone up top, so we can take a short trade if it gives us that opportunity. That's really the only kind of trade I'm looking for at the moment.
Okay. They're still respecting that sun right to the dot. Right to that's cool. But let me I'll be right back in a few minutes here.
Yeah, that's fine. Yep. All right. So again, if you're new to the channel, sure do appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe so you can kind of get a notification when we're going live. But we trade most every morning from Monday through Friday from 9 to 11 Eastern time. Maybe sometimes 11:30. Just kind of depends if we have a trade going on and we're in a trade, then we'll obviously stay on until we are out of that trade one way or the other. But so that's kind of, but we try to keep it to a limited time, just because for me, I feel like it's better that we get in and get out at our time frame where it's the most volatile for us, and that's what we like, is volatility here. So, and plus I like to play golf. Quite honestly, I like to do other things. You know, I've got children, so I like to do other things in the afternoons. So, I do this in the morning, and then in the afternoons, and kind of free to do whatever I choose to want to go do at that point. So that's another reason we do. I like the 2 to 2.5 hours in the morning, and kind of get her done. And quite honestly, sometimes if it wasn't for this channel here, and we make our points, make our point at 9 o'clock, then then I'm done. I'm done for the day. But since we've committed to doing this YouTube channel, and they're giving us 2 full hours of live, then I committed that time for the morning here, and which is great, and enjoy it, and kind of hope other people find the channel, and join the channel, and subscribe, and ask questions, and kind of learn and build a really good community of people that want to trade the futures market and learn to do it for free, and do it as a team, and everybody kind of put their input. The more eyes, the better. We're all looking for the same thing, and the more we all agree on a good trade, then everybody has a different aspect and perspective to trading, which is really cool, because everybody has a different background. Everybody's gone through different things in their trading career, and so I think it makes kind of more of a think tank sort of situation. We all kind of follow the same methodology, and but as a big group, we kind of have different eyes and different thoughts, and bring a different perspective again. So I think it's great if we can get this thing growing, this channel growing, and getting more people to type in on the chat and kind of be involved. I think that's going to be great, and we hope to grow this. Like I said, we're a new channel here. We're not actively trying to grow that as far as advertising it or anything, and right now, because we are new, so we're trying to figure what's best, dealing with technical difficulties, or just trying to talk our way through this, because none of us are public speakers. At least I know I'm not, so I could tend to mumble over myself, and which you might already know that. But so with that being said, it's just kind of not pushing it real hard. So hopefully it grows organically, because people like what we're doing, and there's going to be a lot of people that maybe don't like the method we use, and that's okay. I have no problem with that at all. I just know this has been a proven method over a very long period of time to work, and as long as the markets are here and you learn this skill, you'll have a recession-proof job, or a way to make money, and that's what's great. I mean, so, and I always say, if the markets go away, then we got much bigger problems than trying to make money online, so there's a lot bigger issues we got to deal with. So money is going to be the least of them at that point. So I feel like as long as the markets are here, we have an opportunity to make money, and with this method, and because it works off the fundamentals of the market, which will always be in play, so and that because of that, we're not relying on different indicators, or all these different charts and tools and things to make money. We're just using price action and volume, and that's going to always be in the market. It has to be. So learn to trade off of those 2 things, then you'll always be able to trade in the market, any market at that point, not just futures. So that's kind of why we're here. But like I said, some people might not agree to that, or what have you, or it might be too boring for them, or too slow, or they might not be comfortable with not having all the indicators on their chart. They kind of use those for a crutch, and that's okay. If you've been taught that, then you'll eventually hopefully come back to realizing simple is better. That's what we kind of want to prove here, and we'll prove that slowly, and we do that by trading every day live, and then showing the results every day. And at some point in time, no matter when you look at this channel, whether it be here early on or a year from now, you're going to see that chart. You're going to see that spreadsheet grow, and so it's going to be proof that this method does work. And patience is a virtue, when it comes to trading, and you don't need all the fancy indicators to help you make a decision. You just don't need all that. But and it might take a lot of time for people to kind of realize that and get away from that and believe that again, because we've been taught that to believe that you need all that stuff because it's pretty, you know, and people are being sold on it basically for after the fact. So they're seeing after the fact pictures of what happened, and someone can, a guru can just say, hey, we got in here, you know, look what we did. And well, sometimes that's not so true, you know. And then sometimes it is too. It just depends, you know. But most time, I just feel like it's better not to use the indicators, you know. So we don't teach that here. But kind of go back to my original statement. Some might like that, and some might not, and that's okay.
Hey, become back in action here.
All right, good.
Yeah, man. Going to what you're saying, it's interesting because on Monday, I am one of the best NFL coaches there's ever been. Because I could tell you what plays you should have run and where you should have gone in that play. So, anyways, I think it's funny. It's so true. Not that I didn't believe you, but the little I've seen outside our circle, you know, other methods, is they're telling you stuff after. Because like, I could have told you that. Afterwards. The trick is catching it before it happens, right?
Right. Which is the hard part.
Right. It's like, yeah, man, you should have traded here to see what happened and went long. Like, yes, I can read a chart. How do you do it before it happens? And that's what we do here. So.
Right. Absolutely. So we're real, you know. I mean, and there's some other. Don't get me wrong. There's some other traders out there that are the same way, and they do very well. I know a few of them that more stock people that do that, and they do it off momentum, you know, when the market's open, and they use real time. They don't use fancy indicators. They use real time volume and stuff, and they do very well. But they also have that kind of jolt that they know when the market's open, all they got to do is find their small cap stock that's going to give them a big push, and they make some money, which is great. One of my biggest issues with that, and I like that. I used to do some of that, but my biggest issue with that is it's tough to day trade on stocks, and you have to have a $25,000 account to be able to do that, and you have to maintain a $25,000 account to get past the pattern day trading rules, is what they're called, and most people just, quite honestly, nowadays, most people just can't do that, you know, and so we like to use the futures, and I've used the futures exclusively for the last 10 years, but because of tax purposes, but also because the barrier to entry is easy. So it's an easy method to teach people, to help them get started. Now with the introduction to the micros, you can get started even easier. You know, so that's even better. You know, but first, definitely always demo your account for a while until you've proven that you can make money consistently, especially with this method. Until you can consistently make money, you know, and then when you're consistently making money for a month or two, day in and day out, or week in and week out, you're making money, then, you know, fund your account, you know, and trade micros for a little while, you know, and do it with a live market, you know, because a live market's a lot different than demo market, mentally. That's all it is mentally. The market hasn't changed just because you've got a live account or a demo account. It's you and your psychology that's changed. So with that being said, you know, start out with micros because you can get into it so cheaply, and, you know, put $1,000 in there and trade micros, and that way if you take a $5 loss with a 1 point, then no big deal, right? It's not going to hurt you. You're not going to be physically scared to put a trade on, because it's not scared money. Because if you have a $1,000 account and you lose $5, then you're not too worried about that, you know. But the same way is you're not too worried about it if you make $5. but there's a psychology behind it. If you win, it's the winning that needs to build your psyche, you know. And if you get comfortable with winning and excited about winning, then, you know, you can increase your account size at that point because you've gotten over the psychology of winning and losing with real money. So it's a great way to start now that the futures have opened that option, and that's kind of Forex was such a big deal because you can get into Forex for so cheaply, $50, you know, and you could trade micro lot pips and stuff like that, and the Forex, and so that made it easy for people to get into. Well, now the futures have presented that as of May of this year, with the minis, the micro minis. So which is great, So pretty awesome to see that. But with enough of that, we have about 15 seconds here to the open. So we'll just kind of expect some price action there. So we'll just kind of watch it and see what we're looking at.
Yep. Are you in this trade also?
What's that?
Are you on the trade also? Yep. Got it. All right. I'm just kidding.
That's what I was sitting there saying. Well, Soto, what are you doing?
I like you, buddy.
I know you do. You enjoy that.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're your own man. Do what you want. But no, I'm not into that trade.
I always like this. Because I don't do that. I don't take some random trades. Like I think if you, I don't know if you've noticed, but I trade him, within my zone, my supply demand, so one tick or so out if I need to, but I don't do some random random stuff.
Sure, and that's okay.
And I know some people do it, and that's cool. I don't doesn't bother me, but I'm more of a, if I have a zone, there's a reason there's a zone. I'm going to wait for that zone.
Sure. And that's one thing that's cool about our method here. Everybody might trade a little bit different, but as long as you're using the basics of the method and kind of finding the right areas, at least we're all talking about the same area. Right. Whether you decide to get in for a tick or two difference, or because you want to use a different inside that zone, you want to use a different area of support and resistance inside that zone to make a trade, then that's cool. No worries. That's great. But we definitely like certain areas to trade for sure.
Yeah. It's fun to see the different personalities.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And that's what trading is, a personality, so that's cool.
Let's see.
What's that?
No, I'm just looking at the past, see if I can find anything worthwhile in the past here, but at least nothing now that stands out.
Right. I'm going to remove that now. So I think you're going to get a bounce out of here temporarily, but I just don't know where it's at, so I'm not going to mess with it. It might get down to the 1075, the 10 to 1075 zone. There's a kind of a hidden zone there. It might get into that a little bit, but I'm not sure. Or it might have actually even 1150 to 11. There's a zone there, a hidden zone there.
Yeah.
From yesterday, it could get into there and bounce, but at this point I don't want to try to make a guess there, even though we know that it's probably going to bounce somewhere in there. I don't like to guess on that. I'll wait for a retrace, possibly, and look for another trade to the downside here, because we have another zone drawn. We got a hidden zone at 925 now, the short side, so we'll watch that. If price wants to come back into that, we'll definitely watch that. And I'll draw that on my chart for everybody to see. And I'll make a little arrow. I know you like making arrows to where your zones are at, so I'll try that and see.
Yeah. I also use my shortcuts.
Yeah, I don't.
There's only, I just use, for me, it's Shift F2 and then Control F2, and that's the only two things I have to touch.
That's cool.
I'm productive like that.
You're productive like that. Well, I like that. Well, most people on my chart don't do that, so they need to see how I'm drawing it. So it's instead of all of a sudden an arrow just pops up there. Well, how did that happen? People are looking at that don't know the shortcut, trying to figure out how that's happening there. So
I know.
But yeah, you're definitely productive doing that. But anyway. So we'll just kind of let price with the open, with the news that's come out, all the retail traders do what they're going to do right here, and kind of push it or one way or the other, and then we'll kind of wait for some retracements or something along those lines to kind of get back into a trade if it presents itself. I really like taking trades. If you haven't noticed that already, I really like taking trades around the 10 o'clock time frame, 9:45 to 10:15. just because that's when institutions usually come back in and kind of make their direction for the day. And so I like to see where we're at around those areas to make trades, you know. But we're always looking for a trade opportunity. But knowing in the back of my mind, those are really some good times to look for trades, because the institutions are usually in the market at that point pushing price one way or the other. But look at that, it bounced right off of our little hidden zone there. I don't know if it's going to hold it. I don't know if it's going to hold it, but it bounced right there, which is cool.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm not going to mark that up, but I liked it. So let's talk about, if we get into this supply area here with this hidden zone at 925, where are you looking at a entry at?
I'm looking at 925. Are you using the 925 candle?
Yeah, that's a hidden zone there. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I was just double checking there. Why do I have that drawn up there? Let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think going back to what I said a little earlier, if you look back at the earlier in the day, at the beginning of today,
order filled.
I just got into a zone. I just got into a trade.
Are you in the trade already?
Yeah, I front runned it. I put a front runner on there, so we'll just see if it kind of gives enough of a bounce.
Yeah, you did. You got it.
Not yet. I didn't. I hadn't got it yet because I'm in at 14 3/4, so I need it to come down to 13 3/4, which it might not. It might go on up and get me. I don't know. We'll just kind of watch it. But I kind of front ran that area there just because I liked all the resistance there. That used to be support. So we'll see if it holds. If it holds, great. If it doesn't, no worries. Kind of watch it and see what happens there.
Yeah, I think you caught me off guard. I'm in the trade also.
All right. Don't.
But I jump in at
Oh.
Let's see. Hold on.
Where did you get in?
Yeah, it's just so wide. The way my screen is, I have to figure this out. I think I got in at 1500 or 15.
15 even.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And the way my chart is I can't. It's like the very top right corner. Well, kind of looking at yours, but mine's a little higher, so it's hard to see sometimes.
No, I get it. Yeah,
I don't know why it's really annoying, but yeah. So it looks good. Okay, right now we're at I'm 15. I went in at 15 flat.
Yeah, so you got in a better area than I did. I kind of front ran it a little bit, and volume might be too much, and then going up or either way, I'm cool with it. I like the trade. I was okay with that. So whatever happens. I'm fine with that, because I think that was a good area to kind of get a little short out of it. A little bounce. Could have got in a little deeper into the zone, but I thought it might have bounced right off the bottom of that and drop off, and it kind of went deeper in. So I have to be willing to take that if it does. So we'll see.
You went in at what price? 14.75.
Yeah, I got in at 3/4. Yeah. 14.75. So.
All right. Well, I got my first. I got my point there.
Good. Got your point. Excellent.
Yep.
So I need mine to go 2 more ticks to the bottom here to get mine, but.
I got it.
I got one. Yeah, my. See, this is where my.
Target filled.
All right, there you go. I got mine.
Good job, buddy.
I got mine. I got my runner at 1 tick plus right now.
Yep.
So.
I got my runner also, buddy.
All right, good. So we'll kind of watch it and see what it wants to do.
I didn't earn the name Soto the runner for no reason.
Well, Soto, since you said runner, I got to run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Worst time to leave. All right, buddy.
No, man, I'm in a zone. I got my position protected. I'm all right.
Me too. Hey, I also got my tick protected, so I'm good. Not gonna move it. All right, guys. You're still watching and listening. We entered a trade in. BK entered at 14.75 to go short on our supply zone from the 925 candle, and I entered at 15.0. I got my point, and now we're both actually doing a trail stop. We expect this to continue to go on the downside. I'm a little tempted to lock in my point just because I don't know if it's going to continue to push down. It's going to come back. Yeah, it took us out. It took me out. I don't know if it's going to take BK out, but we got a point in the tick, so that was good. Good start of the day.
Yeah, looks like it came back and got us, didn't it?
Yeah, we went up to I think almost 3 points, two and a half points. Then it came back and got us out. So.
Okay, that's all right. No worries.
But I didn't move it. I was good. So we got a point and a tick.
Yeah, 1.25. Yep. All right, well that's cool, man. That's what it's about. But at least we had a good trade in there, good zone, good trade. We just kind of just a little shorter, quicker move there. That's all right.
Yeah, that was good. Did good.
Yeah, so I would just be patient and see what other zones we could be looking at here.
Yep. I think Mitch is ready.
All right, well let me end the call and I'll bring Mitchell in real quick.
All right, brother.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mitchell. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Good.
We need to roll over today, though, don't we?
Let me see. Yeah, I'm actually on the old contract still. Let me check out what the new volume is on the new contract. Where you at there, new contract?
It looks like it got to around.
Yep. New contract. We need to be on the volumes higher on the new contract. We made a trade. Yeah, we both made a trade out of the old contract. It still worked out for us. We made our point in the quarter, but we're definitely on the old contract. So let me.
All right.
Let me change some things around here. Get rid of some of these zones here.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I just went with the chart that I had open. So.
Yeah, same here. It worked out for us.
Worked out, buddy.
Yeah.
There you go.
So all I do is just hit roll over, and then I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And then it automatically up in your left-hand corner should populate the 1219 contract.
Yep, it did.
So yeah, you're good.
It's good to be good.
Yeah, it is good to be good, man. I agree with that.
So did you sleep last night, bro?
I did, bro. I went to bed late. I was watching the Democratic debate, but
I saw that was going to be on. I don't cloud my mind with that filth. Any kind of politics, man.
Yeah, I'll stay out of that myself.
I'm straight up the middle. I see fault in everyone.
Oh, so you're gonna love Joe Biden. I think he's right down the middle. He believes that.
He creeps me out, brother.
Bro, man.
He creeps me out on a personal level, so I don't like him. But maybe he's a great guy. I don't want to talk bad about him, but he is a little creepy. I don't know. We'll see. There's not much one individual from the state of Alabama can really do to change the course of any kind of national politics.
So you don't believe
that? That's burning you up, Soto, because you do love a good politic.
Oh, absolutely, he does. Yeah. So you don't believe you could be the one vote that sways the difference?
It's not me, bro.
That's why I'm from the great state of Florida. We take precedence.
That's right.
possibly do have a little bit of chance of swaying something in Florida. But apparently y'all can't count votes.
Yeah, that's it. Just whoever pays the most is who gets swayed.
We can't count. We just didn't like the first count, so we had a recount.
I know somebody that likes to do that too. I know an organization that likes to do that. They definitely can't. They definitely can't count.
God.
They definitely can't count correctly.
I hear about that.
Yeah.
I hear about the
That's
other
good.
ignorance on a daily basis.
It's ridiculous, man. It'd blow your mind, dude. You would just be. I mean, everything that you're being told is 100% true, man. You'd just be blown.
See, I thought a lot of it just may be my dad because he can get a little sour sometimes.
He's probably telling you 100% of the truth.
Yeah. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
I know I've had to go up there a couple times just for why I go up there, and it's never a pleasant experience.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
You said we had our zone at a 9.5, is that correct?
Yeah, the one we traded off of, we did, yeah. It looked, yeah.
Okay, just wanted to be sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just trying to redraw my area here.
I have a zone at 855. That's kind of my zone I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's a good,
855.
that's a good zone.
Yeah.
I got my guys breakfast this morning before I went in my meeting. So hopefully they'll eat it and not get on that shrink wrap machine. I was like, y'all take your time this morning. Don't get out there shrink wrap.
Man, do you guys ship out a ton of your stuff every day?
Yeah, so this time of year, for about 3 months, we'll do $6 million in 3 months.
Yeah, so you do a lot of them.
But it's just dead for the other 9 months, you know what I mean?
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, as in, we're shooting bow and arrows and throwing the football and grilling hamburgers. It's like, my job's a little different. I've got to go overseas during that time and get production all good for the next year and make sure everything's working well. But the office is pretty much just hanging out, going fishing, whatever. I mean, truthfully, it doesn't matter. They want you to show up just for accountability, but
Yeah.
there's, I mean, you may get 2 emails, watch some Netflix.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is, it's weird. It's a weird work environment because for those 3 months, I mean, it's just hammer hard every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of the employees get all disgruntled. And they're like, my gosh, I mean, we've just been working so hard. I'm like, yeah, but
Really?
you do nothing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah. That'd be like, that sounds like if you had to go to work a 9-to-5 job, that'd be it to do. That'd be the one to do, man. Work
Exactly.
3 months out of the year, basically.
Right, you just go hard 3 months and then just chill out. I mean, I'll travel during the other time, but like I said, up until this year, I've always enjoyed traveling, seeing new places, and even though you're working, I mean, I've gone to places that I would never go.
Sure.
So
sure.
it's been pretty neat. Drove to Syracuse, New York last year
Mm-hmm.
during an ice storm. See, I would have never done that. There's no reason I need to be up there.
No.
Flights were all canceled, so I had to be up there for a meeting. So I set out, drove 19 hours, never stopped.
Wow. Dang, man. You couldn't
I
do
know.
that. You
That's
couldn't do
borderline.
that
You guys don't have an online meeting?
online? That's what, yeah.
Like so,
We have to be we have to be
when
first.
we have an issue, when we have an issue with any kind of our production, man, they will be like, "Make sure you gotta go to China." Like I can stop them, but there's there's a lot lost in translation. You just be over there in person. All right, sign me up. I'll roll.
There you go.
It's lost in translation on the phone, so it's better in person, face-to-face translation.
Exactly.
That's
But I
true.
do get some dumplings when I go over there, so it's all worth it.
Yeah.
That's a $20 flight's worth it for some dumplings. Have them things shipped in.
It's the flight's terrible. It's like, but every third or fourth flight, I have enough points to get up in the bed in the front, like one of those lay downs, you know.
Yeah.
So that's otherwise I'm back there with the regular people.
All right, where are you guys? If you have a trade,
I like 32 or 30-22-5.
22.5. Yeah, okay. So
Wait, what?
Ooh, I may actually go. I may front run this one. My two trade areas are 1950. I may go right there right now. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean I think one that's going to bounce off of that area pretty good. So.
Yeah, I'm going to hit 1950.
Yeah.
So you liking that?
Yeah, I'm at 1950 up in there.
Been there for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, he's waiting for somebody else to say something.
Oh, are you going to tell us when you trade today, Soto, or are you going to sandbag on yesterday?
You guys are talking about traveling to China.
Order pending.
Well, please speak up if you're trading. Please interrupt me.
Yeah, we already told you that yesterday, man. Don't use that excuse. Just say, "Hey, guys, I'm in." That's all you.
Okay, all right. I will do that. I've also caught myself talking when it's refused, and I'm like yelling at you guys, like, "Hey, you guys in this trade? Well, hey, where you guys at? Why are you not responding?" And I'm like, "Oh wait." Yeah.
Trade is one of those trigger words. I will stop paying attention to whatever I'm talking about.
I hear you. All right. So yeah, I'm at 19.5 for multiple reasons there, but the most obvious there, if you look at the previous price actions, you got a lot of support and resistance in that area. So again, unless volume just kills, I expect to bounce off this area.
So, did you ever eat at Nicky's when you were in Birmingham? Not Nicky's West, but Nicky's restaurant over there near Birmingham Southern.
No, I have not.
You missed out, bro.
Yeah.
You need to get there.
That's a dangerous area.
Yes, man, it is dangerous, but it is all right. That place is like incredibly famous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they tell us in orientation that when you leave the school, turn left and get on the interstate immediately, never turn right. So, naturally, first day I had to go see what they were all talking about, go poke around in there a little bit.
Yeah, you guys are tough, man. You're in a rough neighborhood there.
It's got a 10-foot steel fence around it.
It does. But if you get out, it's on. I went to Birmingham Southern twice to see a girls' basketball game. One of my ex-girlfriends came. She went to another college to come play you guys here. And man, I was like, Birmingham Southern, never heard of it. I Googled it, and I was still pretty new at Sanford, and I didn't know I was about to go into the wild part of Birmingham. And, yeah, but it's a nice school, very nice school, good school.
That school is, believe it or not, that school is wilder in Alabama.
I believe it.
Unbelievable. All those kids have money, and it is insanity. I mean, I had never in my life seen people that acted like that.
That's funny.
I mean, I'll tell you just straight up, if you get caught, this is the school, obviously I never did this, but if you are caught with cocaine on campus, it is a $75 fine and a note home to your parents.
Wow.
That'll give you a perception of what it's like there.
So first of all, why do they have to notify your parents? They shouldn't have to notify your parents.
I can't tell you that. I did get caught my freshman year with a little bit of beer in my mini fridge in my dorm, and I had a $50 fine and a note home to my parents.
Huh.
My dad's like,
That's better than a call to the cops, man.
right, exactly. My dad was like, hey, someone called here from Birmingham Southern said they found beer in your refrigerator. It's like, what'd you tell him? He
What
said,
kind of beer?
he said, I told him I'd have been more concerned if they didn't find it.
Right. So they came into your room and checked?
No, man, my roommate, he was
Oh, man.
kind of a needy individual. No, he was just needy. He couldn't carry his groceries up to the room, so he had our RA help him carry his groceries up the stairs. And then the RA was going to put some stuff in the refrigerator. I think they had something going on between them. And they was going to like put something up in the refrigerator. And anyway, he opened my refrigerator instead of his, which was just beer. And then he was like, whose beer is this? And my roommate said, oh, it's Metro. It's not mine. I don't drink it. Thanks, bro.
So you had
I wasn't even there, man. I got the fine and everything, and I wasn't even there.
But you had a male roommate.
Yeah, man. I lived on a co-ed floor, but I had a male roommate. And yes, you did hear me correctly with what I said earlier.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, it was liberal arts, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay.
Order
Cool
canceled.
dude, though, Caleb.
Kill.
No air conditioner, though.
What?
Yeah, our freshman dorms had no air.
Why? That's illegal. That should be illegal in the South.
It was pretty bad. So bad that I had a goldfish that died, I'm convinced, because it got so hot in there.
A goldfish. I had a goldfish in college.
That's exactly
Who has
why
a
I
goldfish
had a
in college?
That's why everyone that would come in my room would be like, that's awesome, you got a damn goldfish.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe that. That's funny, man. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, I got the little goldfish, put it on the tank.
Oh man.
He didn't make it though.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man. Alright. That's funny.
I never went to Sam. I mean, I went on campus a couple times in Sanford, but I never spent a lot of time there.
Order pending.
Yeah, man. That's, I like it.
Y'all had to put that shoe in the door.
Order filled.
The shoe.
Yeah, y'all couldn't have closed doors. Yeah, we were a girl opposite sex.
Yeah, that's we did have that policy.
That was a
You
struggle.
in the debate? BK?
Yeah, I just put a trade in to the long side here. I'm looking to get a little bounce out of this area. Whether it gets it or not, I don't know. But
If I were to go in here, I'd go in at 1475. I'm gonna throw a trade in there.
yeah, I mean, I went in.
That's where I had it at 1475.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the better position. I just got in a little early, I think, but I'm all right with that. Whatever.
Stop filled.
Yep, I'm out.
I'm about to bust. Yeah. No. We don't have to count that one.
Yeah, I did it. I couldn't even trade. I was choking on a cracker.
You're lucky, man.
Yeah. I'm like trying to enter the trade, but I keep coughing and I couldn't focus. I'm like, I'm dying.
Oh, that's funny. No worries.
Yeah, good. I think. Well, I'm looking at the bottom here of the 930 candle, but I'm just gonna wait. Plus, I think
Yeah, I like that logic, Soto.
What logic is that? The weight?
the choke.
Oh,
No, he said he was going to the bottom of the 930, the lowest candle.
oh yeah. Yep.
But I'm kind of wanting it, and I don't want you to lose your point, but I'm kind of wanting it to break through, and then I'm going to turn 955 into a zone.
Yeah. I'm not trading. I don't think I'm gonna trade that. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient.
My dad was like, how'd y'all do yesterday? I said, well, I got 6 points. BK got like 6 points. Soto got 9. He was like, my word.
Okay, first of all, it was 12, 13 points. So yeah. Yeah, I spoke to your dad yesterday, and I told him, I was like, man, let's get it wild out here, bro. That's still not my best. Do you
He's
remember?
about to get a spoon and start Clint Eastwood in one of those cinder blocks.
Mitchell, do you remember the one day I think we got, I got 16 points. I think we both got quite a bit of points.
I got 11.
You got 11. Okay, yeah, I got 16. Yeah. That was a good day. Good old days.
Those good old days.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys, just get in. We're at the 10 o'clock hour, so I'd expect at this point to start looking for a real direction by the big boys. So, just to me, since we're down here kind of low in some of these areas, I'm actually going to be looking down here for a long position somewhere, and to kind of go back up into our area for a move up. So I just got to figure out where that's going to be.
What about at 22:35 from yesterday? Or this morning?
22:35. Where's that at?
You mean 22 time? 22:35?
Oh,
Yeah.
time-wise. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm finding your zone for you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, find it for me.
I'm the zone master.
He is, man. He can spot. Dude.
Well, that's to the downside. I'm looking to go long.
But you're talking about going long, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about going long.
We need a little bit lower than that. I just have to form that zone, so I need to go a little bit lower. Let me keep going.
I think we should. I think they're going to break the lows of these two double bottoms. I think that's going to get broken. So I think.
Ooh, we could go
Are you looking at 16?
11 and 5 yesterday.
11 and 5. 11. Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good area there. I don't know that we're going to go that low, but. I don't know that we're going to go that low, to be honest, but that's a good zone. I think it's going to come out, I really do. I think it's going to come out of the 1600 to 1700 area. I think it's going to come out of there.
Okay.
That's just my feeling, because if you look to the left of that area there yesterday, you start getting into pre-market. There's a lot of congestion right there in pre-market. And that, you see that area? The 1150 area, that's kind of right in the middle of all that.
That's where I'm at now is 11. I made a new zone at 1140 yesterday, and I think it's going to be more of my friend. Yes, it is exactly where it respected.
You guys are expecting this to go long or to go short?
I'm expecting that. I would think, just because it's around the 10 o'clock hour, I would think that. I personally thinking like an institution, they're going to come down here because there's a lot of traders right now probably got their stops below this double bottom. So I think they're going to go down there, grab some stops out of there, and then go long. That's what my thought process is right now. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. But that's the reason I'm looking for an area of good of demand below this double bottom. Where is that at? That's kind of what I'm trying to look at.
Yeah.
And to go to take a long trade here, because volume's low, and a bit lower.
I got a trade in at 1350. I know that's going to sound wild to y'all.
Yeah.
But
that's not wild. I mean, you plan on going long from there?
Going long from there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I like that. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just wanting to
I have a little zone there from 30 10 to 30 10.5. See if they go that far down to go long.
30-10 to 30-10.4. Where'd you get that zone from?
Yeah, or you can actually argue 9.75 to 10.5. That's I'm using the support. I'm using the support from the 16 from 16 to 1700. The bottom of the wick to the bottom of the wick there, the 1600 candle,
Yeah, I
six,
see that. Yeah.
and then the 17 candle.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see that. Okay.
It's an old Jewish method.
It's a little Jewish method.
Yeah. I didn't want to
Yeah,
tell you guys too much about it. Throw you guys off the game here, but
I appreciate it.
yeah, is that not good to do?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely, it's fine. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it all shows rejection from there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this is just where it kind of gets a little difficult trying to figure out where are they going to make this turn at, and where can give me a good reason besides me just guessing. Where's a good reason? Where's a good reason for price to turn at? You know, and it's kind of like all that area right there. Really, all that area from 1275 all the way down to 0850 is a good area of a lot of congestion. I just don't know where it's going to turn from there, so I have to kind of be picky on where I'm choosing. Kind of watching price action. I kind of like that 1050 area that you got, but I've got a little zone drawn up too, just right below this double bottom from the 1655 inside bar. That's from 312, 12 to 12 and 3/4. So I need to kind of watch that. But is this right here is going to be one of those trades to where when I find the zone, I might take a couple losses here. You're trying to find the zone, but when I find the zone, I'm going to let this thing run. I'm going to expand the runner and let this thing run for a while.
So I need to change my strategy.
No, I wouldn't change it. I would just be ready to manually adjust it. That's what I do. I just manually adjust mine. You know, if I want to get it a little more breathing room, when it goes into one ticket profit real quick, I'll grab it and adjust it. If I feel like it's going to go longer and further, I'll make the adjustment manually. That's just what I do.
I kind of like this little area I'm in. I'm not going to trade it. I'm going to watch it. I would be in right now because it's uncapped.
Is it uncapped right there? Yeah.
Order pending.
I'm just going to watch it. I'd be at 2 ticks right now, profit.
Yeah, nice.
Just trying to bury down, man.
Yeah. I got an order in at 1275, so I'm gonna watch that and see.
No way.
What do you mean, no way?
No, that's exactly where I have mine. That's funny you said that. 12.75, 12.75.
Yeah. So that's why I got to order at watching volume, and we'll see if it can get. It's got a little room there. Hopefully. We'll see if the boys want to turn it around. We'll see if they want to turn it around here or they want to go lower. We'll just kind of wait and see. But I believe it's going to be turned around here. Let's see what the 10 o'clock moves do. Yeah, I mean, consumer sentiment's up, so I like it.
Order filled.
All right, well, here it is. Moment of truth right here.
I'm in it. There it is. I'm in it.
Yeah, we're both.
You guys heard what I said. I'm in it.
Yeah, we're both in it, man.
Okay.
Well, we needed to bounce here.
He yelled at all. Yeah, we need a bounce here.
Oh, man.
Are you, Lex, are you in it?
No, sir.
Mitchell doesn't like that.
I don't like the wicks up top on the last one and that candle, but I've been wrong before, but it will more than likely bounce back. And I'll get in it if I like it, but right now,
Yeah.
I'm I'm loving it.
Yeah, I was hoping for a little bit of quicker bounce out of here. It's kind of heavy right now, so we might not be in the right area. So might need to keep looking for a lower entry.
Yeah.
Well, it could be down here.
30, 10, 50 looks pretty good.
Yeah,
That's where,
that does
like I
look
said
good.
earlier, that's where I got my zone at 1050 to 10,
Yeah, we're gonna get busted here.
9.5.
Yeah, we're about to get busted out.
Stop filled.
So at 10:50, yeah, I'll look to go back through here. So that's my second loss. So I'll look to take one more loss and I'll be done. But I want to catch this runner, so I want to catch this long position. I know it's coming. I just gotta find it.
Do y'all have any knowledge of good backpack duffel bags? Y'all do any kind of backpacking or anything?
Like camping backpacking, I do, but not
I mean,
duffel bags.
I want a duffel bag that'll hold 8 days worth of stuff that also has backpack straps on it. Because I'm not gonna taking wheeled luggage around and stuff like that. So we were just off on that one by a tick, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
Just one tick, so one tick less aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. No, I'll lose a lot by a tick as well.
That's all right. I think it.
How big do you want the bag?
Pretty big bag, like 90 liters at least. But I've been looking at all different brands, and man, I'm so indecisive.
Yeah.
So I was hoping one of y'all would be like, "Oh, you got to go with this brand," and then I would have just made my decision. But you didn't.
Yeah, I actually, I'm going to send you an email here, but it's not a duffel bag, but it's one of the biggest bags I've had. I'm sending you the link here. I don't even know if this, I think it's still sells. I really like it. So.
Yeah, I mean, with going on those little boats and hiking all around the islands in Thailand, I don't think the rolling luggage is going to be conducive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I just sent you an email. That's the one I had.
Thanks. You liked it?
Yeah, man, it was the cheapest bag I've ever had for like affordability wise, but yet it was one of the best ones. It's just you can fit so much stuff in there, but yet it did everything I needed to do. But those are what we call the weekend bags because they were so big. So if you're doing something like the Appalachian Trail, you don't want that big of a bag. It's going to be hard to walk 100 miles with that bag on. But yeah, any short trip or anything like you're doing, like city travel or whatever, that's one of my favorite bags to use. So, like I said, it can hold quite a bit. It's 82 liters, but I think it's a good 82. So.
Good deal. Yeah, I've been looking at REI a good bit. We're about to get an REI.
You guys are getting REI?
Yeah, first one in Alabama.
Yeah, man, I love our REI. Yeah, good, great store, dude. That's I love it.
Dude, I like that one. Yeah, man. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. BK, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm just looking price and zones. We got an order in at 11 and a quarter, but I don't know. I might drop that. I might drop it down a little bit. I got a big zone. I got a big zone at 11 and a quarter down to 950. I think it's. I just. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pull it down a little bit here to. To 11 even.
I like my 10.5. That's where.
Yeah, that's a good trade right there. 10. I think that's good. I'm willing to expand my zone a little bit because I want to catch this run. I want to catch this runner to the long side. So I don't want to. I'm willing to expand my zone a little bit here.
So if you're doing this live, real money,
yeah,
you were trying to catch that runner, and were willing to take some losses, you would reduce your contracts to catch it, right? Or would you not reduce? So what I'm saying is, say we're trading 10 contracts,
yeah.
and we don't want to take 3-4 losses trying to catch the runner. But what if we reduced to 1 until we called it, and then increased the contracts? Can you do that?
Well, how do you know? How do you know you're going to catch it to increase the contract?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
there's a little button when you put in a trade where you can like pop and you can make it go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? You can throw more in it.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely throw more in once you kind of confirm that it's into your direction. That's adding to your positions, what that's called. Absolutely, you can do that for sure.
So don't laugh at me, Soda. That was
I'm not laughing.
a non-intelligent question.
I was not laughing at the question. I was just laughing at something else on TV from the Unpacked Friday on the third hour of today. BK, what is the difference between buy limit and buy MIT, or sell stop market, or sell stop limit?
You tell me, man. What is it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Well, look it up, man.
Wow. You're that teacher.
A sell stop market and a sell limit. Is that what you're asking? Or sell market?
I think he's saying when you right click to put in the trade, you can pick from 4 different options. And what is the difference in the 4 options?
Well, some you're buying at the market, the best price, and some of you just letting them come to you. Either way, and it's just you're buying in the limit order or you're just buying at a market order. It's all you're doing there. So you're either what your 4 options are. You're either entering or exiting at a limit or at market. They just call it a stop limit or stop market or buy limit, buy market, buy stop market, whatever. Let me see here. Yeah, sell stop limit, the sell stop market.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to interrupt you, but now I'm going to interrupt you because I'm in a trade.
Why are you in a trade? Oh,
you go short.
You're in a short trade. Okay, you got in on based off the 1005 candle.
Yeah, I'm at 14 and a quarter.
Okay, yeah, I got you. That's a good short. I think that might be a good short there.
Yeah.
I think that's a good short, actually, if we're expecting price to come back down.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think that's a good short.
Aye.
Order canceled.
No, you didn't get in that trade, don't you? Me.
Do I?
Why didn't you get in?
I did not get in that.
Oh, man. So far, so good. It's going to break through it. Come on, buddy.
I think it's going to go down. I think it's a good trade. I just got to find the spot.
Yeah, me too.
Order filled.
Yeah, it went a little too high.
Stop filled.
Wow, I just got taken out too. Thanks a lot, so.
What? See, that's why I'm not complaining.
I'm just messing with you.
That's why I'm saying I'm responsible, that people do what I have to do.
He keeps a ruler at his desk, and every time he does that, he hits himself with his bare leg.
I'm just messing with you,
Order
man.
pending.
Oh, Lord.
You know how bad I feel when I.
You wonder why he has that rash. It's a stress rash, is what it is.
That's so true. That's so true. I did not rule that out, by the way. I believe that I think it is triggered by stress. I think that's the underlying issue.
You think that's an underlying issue?
Yeah, I really do. I really do. A lot of stress right now.
Yeah. Well, I just got back in at 1550 short. It's probably not going to be good.
Yeah.
And this is probably going to be, I'm chasing too many trades today. So.
Yeah, you're chasing trades, buddy.
I am, absolutely. Not good.
Oh, man. Let's not cancel what we did yesterday.
I think that everyone is doing a great job today, and we just need to stay positive.
Yeah.
I still got my trade at 30, 10, 50, so.
30, 10, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like a long from down there. I'm just trying to catch the
Right,
short.
yeah, I'm just not messing with short right now. If I was to go short, I'm going short in the 955 zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I'm going to front run that zone by a tick if I were to go short.
Wait, what price?
I'm going to go at 30.17 even if I was to go short.
Oh, 17 even, yeah.
I'm just, that's my spot. If I threw a trade in right there just to have it up there.
Stop filled.
Yeah. BK, you in a trade?
I am. I just got taken out though. Yeah.
Trees crawling right up to me.
Yeah. I think it's gonna. I mean, I think it's gonna go short, but it's just not being patient and waiting for the right area. That's all. So that's it for me. I
See
think.
how that, and this may be insane what I'm about to say, so if it is, you just say, hey, don't ever do that again. But you see how 955 candle drops down below the 1005, or excuse me, the 10 o'clock candle drops below the 1005 candle?
Hold on a minute.
I'm in the trade, just so y'all know.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, now what candle are you talking about?
You see how 10 o'clock drops below 955?
Well, yeah. Uh-huh.
Or no, drops below 1005, excuse me.
Yeah.
1005 actually moved up from 1055? Or from 10 o'clock, sorry. I'm dyslexic.
The 1005 moved
Is
up.
up. Or like the wick on the 10 dropped lower than the 1005. I don't like to trade when the zone it looks like that and the one candle's like the wick is lower than it. Like it's just, I've always found it to be unpredictable for me. So I want it to be like a pretty stair step down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got what you're saying there. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's dumb, but that's my method of madness. That's why I didn't even look at that as a zone to trade in, and I just kept looking up for a prettier one, which was 955.
Yeah. No, I like the logic. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
In the trade, the most I've gotten so far is a tick of profit to a tick of negative.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of bouncing me around right now. I'm just holding at zero. Pretty firm, holding at zero.
So
Now I'm at 2 ticks of profit, back to zero.
yeah. So you were in at 17 flat, right?
17 flat, yep.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Come on, man.
Me too. I'm at 17 in flat.
Well, it looks like
Here
it's
we
going to be
go.
a good trade.
And
Yeah.
there's the target.
All right, so I'm at the target and I'm on the trail now.
All right. Good job,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh, y'all are trailing on it?
Yeah, why not? Look at this.
Yeah, I
Look
think
at
it's
that.
going to come all the way down. I think it's.
Well, let me get in it, man. Just give me,
Oh,
put in, just give me a second. I'll get in it here in just a little bit. Let it bounce back up.
No, come on.
Oh,
No,
I got back
no.
in.
You're
We
back
don't want
there?
it.
What are you doing?
No, what?
What are you talking about? I thought you said you wanted it to run down.
Yeah, but you missed it. You already got it.
Just
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm going to make another point.
I got my point in the tank.
You guys are funny.
All right, BK, I got a point, and on my trail, I got ticked out of the picks.
All right.
My trail really didn't work right there.
Did you have it on?
I closed it out, but I mean, it didn't do it like it's supposed to, where it threw it way big up there. I'm gonna look at the setup and see if I've got it messed up. I just closed it out when y'all started panicking.
Well, you can't say it.
Who panicked, man?
Everyone started panicking.
Nobody started panicking now. You started
They're like,
panicking.
what? Okay, so target stop loss 4, profit 4, strategy 9. Target 2, 1, stop loss 4, profit 80, strategy. Okay, order quantity 2, parameter type ticks. Alright, it should be good. I wonder why I did that.
It looks like BK, we lost our. They already turned their pass. It looks like they're heading north without us.
Maybe, yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. I would have expected a better rejection down at the bottom though for the big long move. So that's what was kind of throwing me. I expected a bigger rejection wick, not just a doji.
Right. Yeah.
So,
It's probably going to reject right here.
I mean, I think it's got a good area to reject right here.
I think that's like this is going to be, if you see a hard rejection down, it's going to happen right in here maybe, like within a tick or two of where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at 18 even. We'll go short
Order
here.
filled.
So I'm in short. So we'll see if this wants to reject or if it wants to go back up into our other zone. If it wants to go back, if it goes back to our 855 zone, it could. But I'm in at 18 flat, and we'll just see if this one takes me out. I'm definitely done for the day. So that'll be 4 losses. So,
All right, you already in the trade?
I am as well.
I got
We're
it.
in at 18 flat.
18 flat. Okay. All right. Good.
Come join us. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching right now. Just kind of watching. I got a better spot I think I might go to. I'm gonna wait.
And what spot is that?
He's going to go to 19 flat.
I think they're gonna go a little higher to the 19.75.
Yeah, that's going to be at the zone we picked out earlier from the 855. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got potential to do that, so.
Yeah, and it may not, and that's fine. Oh, you guys got your point.
No, we
No,
don't.
man, no. That's got to get down to 17. It's got to get down to 1675 first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're at 18 flat.
But we're going to get it, Saturday.
Yeah, buddy. Sure for you guys.
Are you? I'm just not sure about that.
I am. Why would I not share for you guys? It's not like we're competing.
Secretly, you're waiting for. Come on up to 1975. Go on, I said it, so prove me right.
No.
That's what you say. I know you're saying that in the back of your mind.
No. I want you guys to get your point and then to come back up.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's probably going to run when we get our point. Don't do this.
Run to that side?
Don't. Come on down. The price is right. Come on down.
Oh, man.
Man, it's just throwing orders up there, too.
Yeah.
It's going to take a bounce right here. It's going to.
There we go.
Bounce
Come
off
on.
it.
Come on, big girl.
Get heavy right here. Get heavy.
So did you get in?
No, I'm not training here.
You should, brother.
Come on, join in. Just go ahead and jump in.
Just jump in a tick real quick.
Just jump in. That's what you do. You're like, oh, let me catch up with you guys. And you jump in.
Hey, it works. I just chase right behind. I'm kidding. I don't ever do that. I did yesterday when we were doing those trailing stops because I was running a 1-point stop while y'all had trailing. So I was chasing the heck out of it. I wasn't going to be defeated.
Yeah.
I don't like it doing this.
That's funny. All right, there it is.
I got one. Got it.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
I just heard my cash register go off, whatever that means.
That means that your stop moved to take into the in the profit to lock in your lock in that one tick.
I'm gonna move it a little bit because
I think I'm gonna get this runner down here, and I'm gonna take it back out of that. I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna move my stop right above this doji right here.
that's exactly where I have mine. I have mine sitting on the top of the doji.
Yeah, I got mine at 1850. One tick above it.
Yeah, I'm 1825. Soto, you'll just have to heat up your coffee. You're not in on this fun.
I know.
Go heat up your coffee, man.
This is a good time to take a break.
We know
You guys are funny, man. You guys are breaking like every rule there's to break.
It's Friday, man. No rules Friday.
No rules.
If we're gonna lose, it's gonna be on Friday. Every Friday we lose 3 or 4 points. It's because we have played by the rules all week and we're just ready to go rogue.
Guys, you gotta follow the rules and just be patient. That's what I do.
You still up there at 1975 waiting?
Well, I haven't put a trade yet, but I'm just constantly monitoring the price and making a decision on real time, based on what the market shows.
My dad was actually talking to me yesterday about how good of a student you are. He was like, yeah, man, I was talking to Soto, and he says he reviews stuff all day long and reads stuff over and over, and he'll go back and watch the videos 5 or 6 times.
I do. Why is that funny? Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not making fun of you. I think it's awesome, man. I really do. I wish I had the time to do it. He said, I told him, I said, I really don't think Mitchell's doing that.
Yeah. That's funny.
Man.
But you don't have the time.
I don't. No, if I did, I would love to. I do go back and watch the training videos, hoping that I'll learn. So Brian, so now I have to take it out when I want to. It's not going to automatically take itself out, correctly? Correct.
Yeah.
Now what? Okay, so maybe this is the time to explain when to move the red line to lock in those points. Can you explain it?
I just moved mine right now just to 17 and 3/4, just where we had it originally. I'm hoping that there's enough price rejection right here to continue down to the short side, because it did put that pivot in. So I'm just actually going to move mine right now to. Now, if we're looking to catch a runner, we're going to have to wait to move it. But I'm going to go ahead and lock in this tick. So I would go ahead and do that and lock in your tick.
Okay, I've done that.
Okay, so leave it at 17 and 3/4 now until we're not gonna be able to move it now until it breaks the bottom of that low,
Right.
So we're just gonna have to let that run, and we're gonna be 5 points into this. If it does that, we're gonna be 5 or 6 points into this trade and only have one tick of profit locked in. So that's where you're gonna have to just be willing to be patient and wait if you're gonna try to catch a long runner. If we're not trying to catch a long runner, just trying to make a few points, then you lock it in pretty quickly. But you have to be willing to let it create pivot points.
Yeah, it has to be able to breathe in, right?
Yeah. So
don't do that. I want to catch a runner. I haven't done it yet. I just want it to be friendly.
Yeah, come on now. Give Mitchell a little run there so he feels good. Good about himself.
Hey, what's
If it was a 14-point runner, would be awesome. Soto could just quit telling me that he made 13 yesterday.
Yeah. So.
Yesterday, man, we were killing it yesterday.
I'm doing pretty well today, my good friend.
Yeah, but no, I'm not saying you did it.
But yeah, we did do well.
Yeah, you might be the one that saves us today, Mitchell. So don't do anything crazy. We've done all the crazy for you.
I've been eating biscuits and gravy while y'all were acting crazy.
From where?
Jack's.
Oh yeah, man, I like that. I used to get that.
Jack's is good.
So you, BK, you eat biscuits and gravy, but yet
Dude,
you
I
eat.
love it, man. I used to when my office was downtown, man. I'd go by Jack's right by my office every day and get biscuits and gravy every single day.
They're so good. I don't know why.
They're very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Like,
I eat horribly. I need to do better. I'll catch up.
Yeah. Come on.
Everyone tells me at least.
Yeah, mine's caught up, man. I can't be doing that.
Hey, my dad's diet plan with his current situation, it worked.
Oh, I know that.
The first time I saw him, I was like, you are unrecognizable.
Tell me about it.
He walked in the room and I was like, no, that's not him.
Well, that's what I said because, oh man, it's so funny. When I first, was going through a situation I was going through, I was looking at your dad's and from the outside and checking it out and saw the picture. He looks like he looks like he looks like an enforcer for the mafia, man. It's kind of. So I was like, oh my gosh, look at this dude. That's what I told my wife.
This dude's hard.
Yeah, and then I saw him, and I was like, this kid, not the same guy, man. No way.
That was wild. I was like, what do you do? He said, I just walk a lot. Man,
Yeah, he does walk a lot.
you look like you're sick.
Yeah, he looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Into that picture. I'll tell you that.
So, would you move down a little bit more now?
I'm not. No.
not yet. So he's waiting for a pivot point to lock in.
Okay, I see. I see. So I notice how my brain works. He has to remind me 3 or 4 times about something. I get impatient.
That's up to you, though. If you want to do that, it's all up to you, man. How aggressive you want to be with locking in.
Well, I'm just thinking I could close out right now.
Be up
and grab 3 points plus the other 2 I've made today. And
yeah, why don't you do that? That way you can kind of make sure we
then,
figure out good.
Then the team has 5. Right. Then we'll be even.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. No. I think you're definitely going to get a bounce out of the.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down a little bit.
It's going to go down, but I think it's going to bounce around the 1325 area. So I think you can probably hold till that point.
Yeah, I have a trade line at 1350 if I was going to try to go long.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you're about right where I'm at.
Yeah. So I'll probably actually close my trade out or move my stop in to 1 point away from price if it gets down there because I've lost 4 points today. I've netted 4 point loss because I've lost 4 and won 1. So I've actually netted probably a little bit over a 4 point loss. But so I'll probably let price get down into that 1325 and then move it to 1425. Try to lock in 3 points, 4 points. Just because, but had I not lost any yet, and this is my first trade, I would let it run personally.
Y'all got a Jax over there where you're at, Soda?
No Jax.
They put Jax everywhere, so I had to ask.
Yeah, I actually went to one in Coleman recently with my buddy Doug, and I was not very impressed.
Did you go for breakfast?
We did go for breakfast. The young lady working there, I asked her, I said, ma'am, okay, by the way, guys, I got my point, and I'm trailing.
You went long?
Yeah, I'm going long, buddy.
Okay. Yeah.
You know me.
Where'd
we
you
were
get
talking, we go, oh man, look at this drive. Yeah, buddy. Hold on, guys.
Did you get your point?
Yeah, I got the point. I'm locking it in here. I'm gonna lock it in here.
I would probably just go and close it, to be honest with you.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it.
Make short again.
There we go. There we go, bud. I'm good.
Good job.
Good job, Soto.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I was asking the girl, I was like, what do you recommend? And she looks around like she's never been in that restaurant. She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, let me have a number 4. She's like, oh, that's what I was getting. So I'm like, oh, what's in it? And she's like, oh, I don't know. So I'm like,
egg, meat, cheese.
What do you mean
Yeah.
she doesn't know?
well,
Go into a Mexican restaurant and ask him, what do you recommend?
well,
The different delivery method.
yeah, but some of them have mayonnaise for some reason.
Oh, you don't eat mayonnaise?
No, I do, but just not on a breakfast sandwich.
Throw a tomato on there. It'll be a little better too.
Yeah, I eat tomatoes, dude. I eat pretty much anything, bro. I don't know that. I'm not
You're not a
I'm not,
BK eater,
I'm not a BK, yeah. It was just okay, you know.
huh? Sure.
Yeah, it's good. It's totally normal, you know, to not eat, you know, fish and good stuff.
There's a lot of people in my family that don't eat fish, so I'm used to it. I get it.
That's weird. I don't understand.
No, man, it's the smell, bro.
Are you guys like not Christians, or you guys?
No, I mean, it's just.
Like, okay, so Jesus would have been like, here's some fish, and you guys are like, no, thank you.
I'm pretty sure that if I had just ridden a couple hundred miles on a donkey, I could eat a fish.
And I can tell you, if Jesus offered me a fish, I'm eating it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Little differences there.
yeah.
He's constantly offering you fish, and you're
like-
constantly saying no.
No, he's constantly offering me steak and all that too. So I'm just choosing to eat the steak that he offers.
He put chickens on this earth and taught Tyson how to make them big.
Yeah. Pump a little steroid up in there.
That's funny.
You still thinking it's gonna go long right here, Satan?
No, I'm out. I've already got I locked in my point plus, I think 2 points actually. But no, I'm out of the trade. I don't know what's going to happen here. It's just back between those 2 areas. Go
I
ahead.
think whichever way it breaks this 9 or this 1040 candle is where it's going to go. So that whatever way that doji gets broken, if it gets broken to the long side, it's going long. If it gets broken to the short side, it's going on short. That's kind of
Now,
how I'm looking at it.
BK, help me understand this. Let's say I put a trade in at the bottom of that doji and to go long, and then I put a trade in to go short. Why can't I do that? Why doesn't it allow me to do that? At the same
It's called a bracket order. You can. You have to on your chart trader. You have to right click on your chart trader and put in an OCO. One cancels with the other, and it's called a bracket order. You can do that.
Okay, I can. Okay.
Oh my gosh, you have just opened the floodgates. I'm serious.
I used to do that a lot on 1 minute candles.
Up.
I used to do that a lot on 1 minute candles. I would get on 1 minute candles and I would just put OCO orders left and right, and I would trade like 100 times a day. So no joke, seriously, I did that for a long time. Actually, a pretty good while.
Yeah. Okay.
Not sleep for 2 days now.
You'll be
Yeah.
messing with it now. I know it.
All right. Now, I thought, and this is maybe me understanding, I thought that it was illegal to do that.
No, it's illegal to hedge. You can't be in a long position and a short position at one time. That's called hedging. You can't do that.
Oh, okay. Because see, my attorney was telling me what I was doing was borderline illegal. No, I'm kidding. Just joking. Okay, so I can't be in a position at the same time.
No, I mean, you can do it. You can do it on different accounts. You know, you could do that, but you can't do it in the same account at the same time on the same market.
And not that I would do that. I highly don't recommend it.
Well, you can't do that unless you. I mean, there's a way you can make good money hedging. That's one reason they stopped it. You can always, because at some point it's always going to come to equal to where it's a net profit, and you just kill the trade. You know, But they've stopped doing that. You can't do that anymore.
Right. Okay.
But
All right.
like I said, there's ways around that to do that, but it's really difficult, and it's a lot to manage, and it's just not worth doing it unless you're trading, thousands of contracts, and looking for that one tick disparity, because one tick on a couple thousand contracts, that's pretty good money. So if you can do that 10, 20 times a day, then you're gonna make a lot of money, but.
Right.
And that would be an option down the road, but not for right now.
Yeah.
All right, this thing's getting into what they call a flag pattern here. So y'all know
That's pretty cool.
You know what a flag pattern is?
It looks like a flag.
Yeah, this is what it's called. I'll draw it up for you just so you can see.
Is it because it looks like a flag?
That's it, man. Good job.
We have the best and brightest here with us today. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the brightest.
Oh, like President George W. Bush said, the breast and brightest. There we go.
The breast and brightest. I like it. Yeah. So there's a little flag pattern here. So we'll just have to see which side it breaks out on and which way it wants to go.
I think it's going to go up one tick and then down.
Yeah,
I lied to you. It's just going to go up.
Yeah, I think it's going to one tick or two up and then come down. I mean, look at the volume, man. The volume's dead almost to the long side.
Yeah.
So that means it's going up on a bunch of air. There's a lot of not really anything behind it. But
Really bouncing between our two areas here. Oh, you're in the trade? Are you still in the? Oh man.
we're still at 17 and 3/4.
Yeah.
I told you it would have been fun if you'd gotten in with us.
What I'd like to see right here, since we're talking about it, I'd like to see now this candle, another one open up here in 3 minutes. This kind of just stay sideways like this, and then the next candle drop below and break the low of this current candle. Then at that point, I can move my position down a tick or just one tick, but I can move it down one tick and lock in another tick if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can go 2 ticks actually. I can go to 17 and a quarter at that point if that plays out. But I don't know that it's gonna. But if it does, I could actually lock in another 2 ticks.
It's been a fun Friday.
Yeah, man, been good.
Don't do it.
You begging for that thing to drop, aren't you? You begging
I
for
just
that
want to do it
runner,
one time. I just want to see that. I mean, I've done it with the simulated data, but never real.
Yeah.
It's getting ready to bust. Volume's popping up. And then it's just throwing orders up top.
Yeah, on the order flow. Yeah. There, about one more tick and it's gone.
So in this point, you still are you're steadfast in your decision. You're not going to try to close out of the trade. You're just going to let it either bust you and you get one tick or run and get a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, at this point right now, there's no reason for me to move it. Try to get another tick, so.
I'm just saying close it out. Like right now, we could get a point tick. But you don't recommend closing?
Well, I'm not going to. You can, yeah.
Right.
You're still showing some rejection right there now, so.
Yeah, now it looks better, but before.
Yeah, no.
Hey, we got 20 subscribers.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta stop making fake accounts.
Yeah, man, stop doing that, dude.
My buddies, I got a few buddies that are watching.
Oh, dude.
And they're all like, you need to tell me what I need to get. Do I need to get as a Dell computer? I know you have a Dell computer. I'm like, You just need to get a PC, and then you need to get this program. All right, well, I'm going to sit down with you. I want to go ahead and get everything.
Yeah.
Oh, here it goes, man.
Stop.
There it is. We're out.
There we go.
All right.
Man.
Oh, yeah, Mitchell, it's all right, man.
It shook inside.
He's like,
I've
I
only
should
got
lock
2
it in.
points to offer you guys now.
How many?
I got 2 points and a tick.
Oh, man, you're killing me.
Because that only gave me a tick on that one, right?
You got a point. You got a point in the tick.
Okay,
Wait a minute,
point.
wait.
So now I have 3 points and a tick.
Wait a
My
minute.
bad.
Did you have 2 positions on or 1?
I had 2 positions.
Yeah, so you got 1 full point, and then you got your second position got a tick. So you got a 1 point and a tick out of that.
Good deal.
Yeah. So now we got to look at, if you're still thinking about trading, you got to look at the 1045 to be potentially a.
I've already got a trade in. Front runners on one too.
Are you really? So you're at
Yep.
1675?
1675.
Oh man! Oh gosh! Oh, it's good to be new. I
I'm
love
already ready.
it. I love
Don't
it.
y'all worry.
You guys are good. I know, Soto, you're already there too, aren't you?
I'm at 16.5.
Okay.
I have
More ball.
I have self-control.
So you're just gonna trade on the top of that candle?
Yeah, so right now. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for them to break that previous swing high there at 10:30. Once they do, I might feel comfortable with moving it up a notch here if I need to.
I think they're gonna use my orders to break that, so I'm just gonna leave it.
There you go.
They need my 2 contracts.
They need it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
DK, you trading? You're done?
I'm watching. Yeah.
You're waiting for the 1045 candle to use as demand?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking. I don't have to get mad. Just asking a question.
Yeah. Just telling you.
About to break it. It broke it.
There it is. There it is.
Come on up and join me there at 1675, Soto.
67. That's where you're sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting. I'm looking at
I mean, I'd throw a short trade in at 2025 if I was gonna trade to go short.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Is a short trade if this thing continues to go with no volume.
But if it wants to dip down and grab a couple contracts at 1675, I'll be waiting on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So BK, I'm trying to figure out how to do my trade in so I can put one at, let's say, 19.75, and I can put one in at, let's say, 16.5 to go long. How do I do that? Do I just right click? And where do I go?
Go to your chart trader.
See OCO order.
Yep, right click, OCO order, and you'll get a little pop-up window. Tells you what it's about, and make sure you.
RCO order. Hold on, I don't even know what that is.
What?
I don't know what you're talking
Right
about.
click in the abyss on your chart trader. Just on the chart trader.
On the chart.
On the chart trader.
The
You-
chart trader, that little panel on the side.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I use a different term for that. Yeah, sorry.
That's the term
What
for
do
the
you
trader.
use? It's called chart trader. What else you use?
I call it sidebar, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry for the language barrier. Okay, so OCO order, is that correct?
Yeah.
Mine just popped up a little green icon on the top.
Okay, so now
It shows that it's on.
and
But
now
when I tried to do it, it said I could not do that.
Okay, well, you have to.
You can't submit an extra order to a strategy until any of its entry orders have been filled.
Yeah, it's telling me the
You're
same
gonna have
thing.
to go into your main. You have to go into your main window there and your options and enable it.
Okay.
Ability to do that. And so I don't have to. I'd have to look through it. Right. I'd have to look through it to show you where it's at, but you're gonna have to go through and enable the option to do that, I believe. I don't have mine enabled, so I'm not paying. I don't know right offhand. I haven't looked at it. If worst case, you could just go to Ninja Trader and the YouTube channel and type in OCO order, and it'll tell you how to do it.
Okay.
Since I've been like doing the trading thing, I get bombarded with YouTube videos and everything on how to teach me to get a Rolls Royce and a penthouse apartment in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. All in about a matter of a month or two, right?
Yeah.
I'm the co-founder of RagingBull.com, the #1 stock options trading.
Oh yeah. They got a lot of products, man. I mean, they do that Jason Bond guy. I mean, he does do a lot of good trading, but I'm just kind of leery when you start coming out with products every month, every 2 months to sell. You know, I mean, why are you selling so many friggin' products, man?
Well, that and it's like I've been trading for 8 years and I've made over $5 million, and I'm thinking in my head, if I'm going to do this for 8 years, I'm thinking I'm going to make more than that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, if you let it compound, maybe. But
yeah, the compound. That's what I'm saying. Like, and they're mostly just doing like they're teaching you like stocks to buy and sell daily, but not necessarily what we're doing.
Yeah, they're doing stocks. They're doing some small cap stocks, and they're doing options as well as stocks. So they're doing options and small caps, which you can make good money doing that. I mean, I've done it. You can do that. You know, you get into some different pattern day trading rules unless you do the options, but it's just a little bit more to it, you know. And I'm just over all that stuff, man. I've been there, done all that. I like the simplicity of things, you know. And this is simple. You just have to wrap your head around making a point a day, you know, and netting out 3 points a week and let it compound. And if you can do that, then it's going to grow. It's going to grow very well. You just got to let it do that. But everybody likes the idea of living in that penthouse and driving that Rolls Royce within a couple months, you know. So
exactly.
It's easy to sell products when you sell on emotion, you know, get people to buy on emotion. So that's fine. I just not my thing.
I haven't looked at any of it.
Yeah. Like I said, man, there's lots of different ways to trade and make money. But you need to find one or two and be very consistent at it and master that, and then you'll be able to make the money anytime you want, you know. Or more consistently, let's say, anyway. Speaking to the guy who lost 4 trades today. Yeah. Probably my favorite one, though, since we're kind of on the subject, the favorite one that trades small cap stocks that I like and I have followed for quite a while just to watch the progress is that Warrior Trading.
Right.
Yeah, that Ross. I mean, and what I like about him is he does all small caps day trading stuff, and he started with $583 and turned it into $1 million. So, and he's shown proof of that, shown his tax returns, his audits, and everything. So I like that a lot. He's the only one out. He's the only one out there that I've found that has proven that and showed that he can do that. He showed all his losses, and I mean, it took him a couple, 3 years to do it, but he did it. You know, he started with $583. So I give him props for that. You know, he's been very transparent about it, but he sells a program how to do it, and you're going to pay a few $1,000s to learn how to do what he does. You're going to pay for chat rooms. You're going to pay for everything. So they're making good money as a company. I think he's got 15 to 20 employees now because they've grown so much and to handle support and all that. But he did it, you know, on his own with him and a couple people and kind of showed the whole progress, you know, for doing that. I think it took him 3 years to do it, but So he's probably one of the only ones I really like out there that's kind of proven that he's not just sitting on selling a course to sell it to make his money. He's making his money trading. I mean, he's making money selling courses too, but he's making money trading, you know. So for that, if I was ever going to just do small caps and I was getting started at it, he would be the guy I would go with.
Soto's going to be the head of our support department.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
He must be on a coffee break.
I'm right. So I was watching some previews from the debate last night. Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
Were you in like student government when you were in college?
I was, yeah.
I started to see that.
I do
Sorry.
have that.
All right. These days, starting to see that. All right. Good day today, man. I'm at, let's see, I got 120, 125 gross.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Could have done a little better, but I took a couple losses there, but lost there. It's all right. You're leaving Friday, right? Next week? This time next week?
Yeah, next Friday.
Yeah, that's exciting, bro. Good. When is your wedding?
Saturday.
Tomorrow?
No, next Saturday.
Oh, next Saturday, okay.
All right, I'm back. Well, you still got your position at 1675? Or you
I did.
Yeah.
Just waiting on it. If it wants to come this way, I'm gonna hold strong there. If it wants to go north, I'm gonna go to 2025.
Gotcha. I needed to do something here because it's 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Where are you at, Soda? Where are you at on your trades?
Well, I'm not. I don't have any trades there, but I'm looking at potentially 16. Sorry. How many trades I made?
Yeah. What is your record today?
Oh, I can tell you how much I got on my account. 125 gross.
Okay, so you're 15 and a quarter. 15 and a, or 2.5 points.
Yeah.
Here we go, boys. Here we go.
All right, yeah. Let's look at here.
Let's see. I can count. Let me count the.
Order pending.
I'll go in at 1650 here and just kind of hold it there while I'm trying to figure out here. So how many trades you take total today?
That's what I was about to count.
Yeah.
1 second here.
I took 6 so far and lost 4.
3, 4. I think I took 4.
Okay. So you won 3. Lost
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I would say that. Let's see. Entry stops. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I took 4 trades.
Okay, so I took 4 trades. 1, 3, lost 1.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
You're the same?
Mm-hmm.
Took 4 trades, 1, 3, lost 1. I took 6 trades, lost 4, 1, 2, lost 4. Alright.
Talk about sideways.
Yeah, so I'm going to go
Order
ahead.
canceled.
For me, I'm going to go ahead and kill it, but I'm going to go ahead and update the spreadsheet here.
Yeah. Let's update the spread.
All right, so from an individual standpoint, we take our first trade of the day, which we made a point on. So we're gonna go ahead and call that. As an individual, if you have a $1,000 account, at a minimum you should have killed it there. And wait, today's the 13th. Oh yeah, today's the 13th.
Yeah.
Hold on, okay.
It's your son's birthday today, isn't it?
Yeah. Son's birthday today. All right, so we won 1 point. Those losses. All right. So good job today. Another $44 into the till there. That was good after taxes. So we're up $272 as an individual. That's good. All right, now as a team to this point, which I'll go ahead and kill it. 9, 13, 9. We're just gonna say one contract, but we won how many points here? We won 3, 6, 7, 8 points. Win. We lost 1, 2. Lost 6.
Okay. Yeah, you lost 6. I only lost.
I lost
1.
4, man. I only lost 4.
You lost 4.
Yeah. Took 6 trades, 1, 2, and lost 4.
That's all right, man. That's all right.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, that just goes to show you, though, I was outside of my own rules today. I was
You went a little rude today, man. That's all right.
No discipline today, so.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to you, man.
I don't either. I kind of just jumped in with it. I should have did. But anyway. All right. So as a team, we're made $27 net then as a team. So we're up to $24.36. All right. So good deal. So that's it for the day as far as the spreadsheet goes.
There we go.
Good job, man. I mean, at least the net's out positive. That's important as a team.
Yeah.
But the big thing is, as an individual, if you're just checking us out as an individual and you're trading by yourself there, you should just be, you made your first point and you're done for the day. So you're up $272 in your account. So after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days of trading, you're up to $272 at one contract, 1 point a day. So good job.
It's heading up to our top zone. So they're going to get in?
Yeah, I'm looking at just jumped in.
Okay, well, hold on a minute. Maybe I need to wait here.
Yeah, let's see if it picks us up here. Volume looks good. Volume I think it just missed us there. I think it just touched.
Oh, it's going to go back up.
Yeah.
Candle's talking to me.
The candle whisperer.
Yep.
That's good to have one of those on your team, man. That's
It
awesome.
is. You don't know what y'all have, the jewel y'all have in me. Look at that. What'd I tell you?
You did tell us. Next time, tell us exactly where to go next time. But that's good, yeah.
I did. To 2025.
Yeah, it's coming right back up there.
That's where we go. Order filled. I'm in.
There we go.
Order pending.
And we want it to go down, down, down.
Order canceled.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll go ahead and wait here and see what happens since you're in it.
Y'all thought that y'all were in profit today.
Yeah, you could kill it right here. You better win, man.
Oh
Uh-oh. You're
Okay,
in
so
2025?
I'm in the trade.
Oh, Lord,
I'm
you're in the trade too.
At 20, yeah, I'm at 20.75.
Oh, okay, you're in the trade up there. Okay. So you're. Uh-oh.
Not looking good. Not looking good.
Not at all.
Not looking good.
Looking horrible.
It's not looking good yet.
Why? But everything looked good going into it.
Yeah, besides the whole candle volume increasing and then.
Volume had not increased until
I'm about to get my point. I'm about to get my point here. Come on, buddy. That's so close.
Well, you haven't lost yet, Mitchell. I mean, you're back to even right now. You're already out?
When he starts doing that negativity, it really gets to me.
Are you out, really?
No, I'm not. I'm still in.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say you shouldn't be
I
out.
just got my point. I just got my point, and I'm
Good
trailing.
job, no.
I'm trailing. I'm trailing. Come on, buddy.
Well, you can't be trailing much. I mean, my goodness, it's
No,
gotta
I mean, I'm on my second option.
He's never using the 1-point stop again. He's going to trail every trade.
I have never thought of that.
Wait a minute. Where you got in at 2075?
20.75, yeah.
Okay, and it went down to 1975. You should be out already.
It's still in.
Your trailing stops in because you got in at 75, right? Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I guess it didn't move. Hold on.
Yeah. No. You're good if it's at 75.
It's a 75, yeah.
But that's where you got in, right?
Oh, what happened?
Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Hold on.
Your trailing stop should be at 2050.
Don't make me a liar.
What the heck happened?
He doesn't know.
Are you at 2050? Are you still in the trade?
I'm out now.
Okay, yeah. I don't know what happened. All right, so you got a point anyway?
Yeah, I pointed a tick.
A point and a tick. Okay. Mitchell, you got your point yet?
I'm at half a point, quarter point.
What?
I haven't come out yet. I'm still.
Okay, yeah, so you're still in at 25.
I'm still in this stressful situation of being in this trade.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope you didn't have tea time.
No, I'm good, man. I'm not liking that trade at the moment. But, all right, so.
I would love for us to each get this, and then we just shave 2 of our losses off.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So, Mitchell, you got your point?
I have not yet. Not looking too good. But what we could do is we could see it pop up 1 or 2 more ticks and then give me the point, or it could just bury down here. But regardless, I feel very confident I'm going to get it.
There you go.
I was
You got another
confident
point.
in my position. It was a good zone. Been there for a while. Hasn't been triggered.
Yeah, it's a good zone. I think you should get rejection out of it.
It's just they're just moving so slow today.
Well, that's what you got to realize. I mean, it's close to lunchtime on a Friday, so.
Yeah.
And, big boys are headed off to the Hamptons for the weekend or what have you. So. It won't move really hard again until a little bit later, I don't think.
So yeah, if you wanna at least update my sheet to
I did. I got you up. I got 9
Okay.
points now, so I'm waiting to see what happens with Mitchell here to see if we got to put in another loss or add up another point here.
now Mitchell, you didn't get your point yet?
No, brother. I was half a
Come
point.
on, man. Let's go.
But it wants
Tick
me.
away. Yeah, you're 1 tick
It
away.
wants.
Where did you
I went in at 25. You went in at 75.
Okay, you're at 25. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Come on, dude.
I know.
There it is.
Did it
There
do?
it is. There it is.
Just punch. I wanted to punch hard one time like that. It'll just pop me out.
Boom, there it is. Well, are you trailing?
I mean, yeah, but I am.
Yeah, he's
But
got
I'm
to
not
get
going
down
to trail it.
Yeah, you got to get down to
I mean-
19 to even get a point, right?
Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
hit the 19
19
or 18 and a quarter or whatever that is.
18 or 19 and a quarter?
19
and a quarter.
Yeah, you got to get to 19.
Yeah, it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to probably be like a 2-hour trade here. Lunchtime. You got it, buddy. We believe in you.
I'll send you guys an email.
It's going to happen pretty quick here.
And then I'll text you and say, hey, I sent you an email.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't know why you do that.
Oh, come on now, don't do this.
Yeah, no, it's uncapping up top now. It's throwing orders up there.
You got it, buddy. It's coming your way.
Yeah, it could. I mean, it could honestly pop up one more and double top that and then push down.
Yeah. You got a lot of resistance up there. I mean, even at the 30, 21, there's a lot of resistance there. That's why I went to the 0.75 because if you look at the 420 candle, I just thought that was going to be really good. Sorry, 415 candle, that was going to be really good resistance, and you got some more up there at the 4 o'clock, so or 3:55. So.
Yeah, I like that.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on. There's just a good bit of support right there. It can't break through. It wants to.
Yeah, there's a lot of support there.
I just called a couple traders, so we'll see.
There it is. There it is.
Y'all heard it, didn't you?
Well,
There you go.
needs to go through it.
Come on, buddy. Break it. It's gonna break it here. There it is. Right there.
It locked. I heard the cash register go. Okay, we're good.
There it is. Okay, so now you're trailing, right?
I am trailing.
Okay, so it hasn't locked in your tick yet, correct? Or it did?
It did.
Yeah,
Everything's good. I have got a point and a tick.
You should be out now, though, right?
Well, I can close it if I need to, but
I mean, it's come back up to 1925 now. So are you in still?
I'm still in. It's my red line is now at 30.20.
20.
What?
So I bought
Yeah,
at
that's right. You got it.
30.25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're about to get out.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, nice. So,
I'm just like,
Sure.
why did you come out of the video?
I'm gonna let it run on down there. I'm gonna close it out so I get 2 points and a tick off this, and we go back to being masters of the market, and we don't lose 20 of our 20 subscribers.
20. There it is, man. There you go. I would lock it in as soon as humanly possible, probably. Because I don't see, I see they're bouncing off this area here at 9:55.
Yeah.
I just don't know. And you got another resistance up there, support at 10:55.
I think they won't pivot until 1825. 1850 is when they'll pivot.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one there.
But it may pop me right here, and then in that case,
That's cool.
point and tick.
all right, good job, man. So that's 2.5 more points. All right, good job, guys. So that's 10.5 we won today. So now we netted 4.5. So let me go ahead and bring that back in. I've updated the spreadsheet with those two trades to give us 10.5 points, 6 points of loss, net 4.5 points. So a net 139.20. Good job. I bumped us up to 25.48.
Yeah.
So good job, guys.
Okay, guys, good weekend. Let's party this weekend.
Good job.
Yes, sir. Let's have a good weekend.
All right. Thank you, BK.
All right, good job, boys.
Yeah,
And,
good luck with the birthday party.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
I
buddy.
appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. And then we'll see you guys tomorrow, right? I mean, on Monday.
Monday. Yep. Sounds good.
Have a good one,
All right,
guys. Good job
Monday.
today. All right, bye.
You've been listening and watching the Titan Futures 1 Point a Day Challenge. Live stream. Remember, we're live daily, 9 to 11. And BK, Soto, and Mitchell are here to help. The Titan Futures 1 Day Point a Day Challenge, where anyone can learn how to day trade the futures market. Till next time.